And you mentioned initially that you were not very keen on writing the GMAT. It's always, let's say, an inertia which sets in when you start with the test prep. And also, how was the test prep journey for you, especially when you were traveling most of the time?
Yeah, so I was very lost. I mean, I wish I could have taken help of a consultant sooner because I was very lost and I was just looking at different avenues to try to see what I can do and what not. So there was a resistance initially, but then when I decided to give the GMAT, since there was no proper guided help for me, I just started looking up at YouTube videos from all these different channels. Then I bought the OGs and I started practicing from that. So first 2 or 3 months I practiced enough, gave different mocks, purchased a few mocks and gave them. So I was getting around 700. But when I gave my GMAT exam, I fell a little short. So I decided within 1.5 months I'll give another attempt. That's when I took this EGMAT coaching, and it actually was a good. I mean, I felt because I had a base already ready, so it kind of gave me a structure to help me with the prep where I was lacking. Because when you do it alone, you don't realize what all are you missing, and a structured course can help you uh, fill in the gaps. My quant was actually quite decent. I was lacking a little in the verbal section, so it did help me improve that, and I got to a not so good but a decent score. But yeah, the main part I feel about giving the GMAT uh, is the mental barrier because I hadn't studied in 3 4 years. So when I sat down to study, I couldn't even do the basic quant problems for the first few days, and I was like, I always used to think my quant is good, but I was like, where has that gone? But within a week or so, you start getting into the zone, and then I mean the flow starts beginning building, and then it was fairly easy.
Regular mock tests and regular practice, I think, is very important for.
Yes, yes, exactly. And like every single day you have to study because of any break in between can just disrupt the flow and it's a big problem. So proper schedule has to be there. And okay, I understand that you can't give a mock just on the first day, but 1 or 2 weeks of prep, and after that you have to start giving mocks just to know the level and how the progression is going on, because otherwise there's no way of finding out. And some of these original mocks, they are pretty close to the actual test, so I feel that's the best way to judge your own self.
Correct.